to give my life away. I believe my personal purpose for being on this planet is to bless and serve and love humanity. 15 years ago, God laid on my heart to start an organization called Project Giving. And in our organization, we build bridges of hope in many ways throughout our communities, but especially for those who are suffering from chronic medical illnesses, some of those life-threatening. As God would have it, He brought into my life the most wonderful, giving, very handsome husband to share in this vision and this passion with me. It takes funding and a lot of it. So, my husband and I are doing the most radical, audacious, crazy thing. The training is hard and intense. It truly is blood and sweat and tears.
Toni brought up the idea of us doing an Ironman 2 years ago. I thought that was crazy. We signed up for 2012 Texas. Toni tore her Achilles tendon, and then the following month in March, I tore my rotator cuff in my left arm. We felt like God had called us to this, and so that's why we're back at it 2013, ready to make this thing happen. Although there is blood, sweat, and tears, we get to see each other through all these different circumstances, to laugh. It's been a joy getting to experience this. This is definitely an experience. It's not just an event. It's definitely a life-changing thing, and that's what's been fun for us to laugh and pick at each other and compete for who gets on the bike when and run at what time, and it's great. It's a joy. We've had a good time together.
I love you.
I love you.
You're so cute. And sometimes the question plagues me, Toni, do you have what it takes? And that's when God tucks sweetly down in my spirit, no, you don't, but I do. And I've commissioned you to do this, and I didn't call you because you're qualified. I've qualified you because you're called. And I will infuse you with my strength to accomplish the task. There are times when the training gets so intense, and I wonder, how can I bike another mile or run another step? But when you're doing something like this for a reason bigger than you can dig a little deeper. And what motivates me to press in and press forward are our families.
I'm a husband, and I've got 2 children. I was diagnosed with stage 4 throat cancer. It was one of the toughest things I've ever gone through in my life. You know, when I was a kid, if somebody had cancer, they died. So I was trying to prepare myself, make sure everything in my life was in order, so my kids and my wife would be taken care of.
Project Giving actually was a very bright light for us. They were instantly in our home, stocking our pantry, making sure that our children had what they needed.
When half of your income is gone, it's kind of tough to survive. And I look back and I can't believe that we made it this far, and Project Giving is a big reason why we did. Sometimes when I think about it, I have a hard time believing that I'm sitting here talking to you today.
I have a 19-year-old daughter. She has 3 rare diseases, and none of them have a cure yet. We thought she had the cold that everybody else had had, and she ended up in the hospital.
Hi, I'm Taylor, and I do have these diseases. My last day of school was September 15th of 2009. I miss the people. I mean, I miss the interaction that I had with the people and just doing random stuff, you know. Remember Project Giving, giving and allowing my dad and my family to come up for Christmas when I thought that we'd have to spend it apart. When I think of Project Giving, I think of hope.
2 years ago this April, I lost my son Bo to cancer. My son was a race car driver. During a pre-race physical, it was discovered that he had a tumor in his right lung. Project Giving just came to our rescue. They offered support in any way they could. They gave us gift cards to pay for food, to help pay for our hotel bills. And when we knew the story wasn't going to turn out the way we wanted it to, Project Giving stepped in and carried us. They were here around the clock. They brought us food. They prayed over Bo and our family. They were a lifesaver for us, and they were a godsend, and there's nothing we can do to ever thank them enough for all they did for us.
My name is Wendy. I am a mother. I am a wife. Love to read, love to be outdoors, and I'm a cancer patient. When you're diagnosed with cancer, you have a tendency to create a bubble for yourself. This little bubble of chemo and radiation and surgery, medicines, doctor visits. But then you have a great organization that all of a sudden just reaches their hand out and says, you know what, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to be by yourself. We're here to help. So it takes your little bubble that you've created and makes it a bigger bubble with more people who are willing to take on this fight with you. Project Giving really came to us at a perfect time. In my treatment, I was probably at my lowest point, just really struggling. And they came to us and said, hey, we want to help. And they provided that. And with that encouragement, it kind of gave us that extra little kick that we needed to know that, you know, hey, you can do this, you can fight this. And that's why I think it's important to give. And give, you know, cheerfully, knowing that it's going to good use.
Hi, I'm Janaea Cox, and this is my daughter, Haley Cox. She's been diagnosed with many disorders. She was diagnosed with CP, seizure disorders, a very rare allergy called eosinophilic esophagitis. She was also diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and a mitochondrial disorder. We found out that Haley had cerebral palsy, and it was a rare form called hypotonic cerebral palsy. Our prognosis on Haley was told to us exactly like this. We were told that our daughter would never walk, would never talk, and her seizures would continue to get worse until they couldn't be controlled with medicine, and that she would have a very terrible life. Being told that as a parent is not only disheartening, it sort of gives you a poor outlook on the life of your child and your life. So, with the help of Project Giving, we were able to not have to worry about our house payment or our electric bill because they wanted us to focus on what needed to be done with Haley, and it really helped build a bridge of hope for us. They would stop and pray with us and let us know that they were thinking of us. I feel like I gained a lot of friends from it and so much support from them. Without Project Giving, I don't think we would have been able to make it through some of the most difficult times in our lives. I just don't know if I would be here anymore because I needed the support to show me that you can do this and you can help Haley. Project Giving's not only an organization They help show you how Christ can work in your life.
And when our families are tired and weary and frail and vulnerable and broken and battle-worn, that's when, through God's grace and by His power, I want to reach out my hand and say, here's your bridge of hope. Grab that hand and don't let go and don't give in. Keep the faith and let His undying love embrace and carry you, because His love never fails. And don't you give up. Don't ever give